Okay, so good evening, everyone.
Yes, good evening, sir.
All right, so let me
Good
share
evening,
my
sir.
screen. Let me share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you guys watching videos on YouTube or not?
Yes, sir, watching.
Some,
It is very
Yes, sir,
helpful for
watching.
yeah, it will be helpful for you as well, and it will be helpful for me as well because watch time is there, na?
yes, sir.
So
You are recording also sent in the group. It is very helpful for us, sir. Whatever is missing, we will cover up in video, in recording.
yes. So that is good. All right, so let's start with Kahoot and previous topic concepts. Okay, so the first
Yes, sir.
question is, what's the default value of the end parameter in the print function?
Sir,
Default,
your screen is coming.
is
Your
it
screen.
visible, Mamta?
No.
Yes, sir.
Sana, please check once your connection, or you
It is
may
not.
rejoin. You may rejoin.
Okay.
Okay, Mamta, what is the correct answer?
Sir, space, I think.
Space. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the default value of the end parameter in the print function? Reshma, you are late. Why you are late? Okay, no issue.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening. Try to join on time. Okay, otherwise not a problem. You can access the recording also. But it's better if you will join on time. Okay, so give the answer of this question, everyone. What's the default value of the end parameter in the print function? Which one is correct?
Space, sir.
Okay, so the correct answer is everyone. Space is correct. Sana, Reshma.
New line, I think new line, sir.
Who is speaking
Space
about new line?
only.
Who is this?
Space
Reshma.
only, sir.
Reshma.
Okay. So Reshma is and Sana is correct. The correct answer is new line. So default
Yes.
behavior of print is new line. Which parameter of the print function is used to specify the string inserted between multiple values? Try to understand the question. Which parameter of the print function is used to
Skip.
specify the string inserted between multiple values?
Separate. Separate.
Separator
Separate.
or a split?
Separate.
Not a split? Not
No.
this one? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the correct answer is separator. What happens if no inputs are provided to the print function?
It prints blank line. Error. It print error, sir.
It will print.
No.
It will print what? It will raise an.
Blank line.
So what is?
Error.
No, not a error. So it will print what? Blank line. Okay, new line. Whenever you are writing empty print default behavior is what? New line. Okay, so it will insert one new line. What is a string prefix with F or capital F called in Python? What we called? If a string started with F or
Format
capital F.
string.
Format
Format
string.
string.
Okay, so we call it format string. How how are replacement fields represented in format string?
Curly braces.
What does it mean? Can
Yes,
anyone
curly
explain?
braces.
Can anyone explain this question in simple way? What this question is actually asking?
To get the meaning or information, sir, we need to
For
add
data.
curly.
Okay, in print function, we can keep two things. One is data, second is information. So data will print as it is, whatever we are writing is between the single quote or double quote. But if you are starting a string with F or capital F symbol, that is known as formatting string, and whatever you will write inside the curly braces, so instead of printing that name, it will print the that name's information. Curly braces means it is used to display the information. Whenever we write formatted string, so we use curly braces to display information. Next
Yes.
question. Which Python function is used to take input from the keyboard? Eval function, read function, or
Eval.
input function, or print function? Which function?
Input, sir.
Not eval?
Input.
Eval or input?
Input.
Okay,
Input.
so the correct answer is what? Input function. What type of value does the input function return by default? What type of value does the input function
String.
return by default?
String, sir.
It
String.
returns what? String values. Next question is, what does the eval function do in Python?
Convert strings to integers.
Okay,
Format
Yes.
output.
formats output. So eval
Yes,
function,
sir.
what is the use of eval function? Convert string into integer. Then what is the use of int function?
Sir, I think it evaluates the Python expression of his assist.
Okay, as a string. See, we are writing eval function. Inside the eval function, we are writing which function? Input function. An input function, whatever input you are taking in by the input function, that input is what? String. That input is what? String. Whatever input will come through the input function, that input will be string. So eval function evaluates a Python expression as a string because we enclose input function with eval. So input function returns what? Is string, and whatever string written by the eval function, it evaluate. Right? For example, I'm writing what? Two, or I'm creating one list. I'm creating list in input. Okay, so that list is what? We are taking list from which function? Input function. So that is list will consider as a string. What I'm trying to say, just if I will not explain it, you will be confused. So let me explain the concept what I'm trying to say. Okay, ideally. Okay, so for example, I'm creating here, not here. Let me just take one file. 730 batch code. Okay, so here, for example, I'm writing here what? Input function, right? And inside the input function, I'm writing one message. Enter any data, right? Any data, and I'm storing this data inside what? Data variable. Okay, variable data is what? Data. Okay, I just want to check the type of data. Okay, so see, so here I'm entering what? 10 comma 20 comma 30. So can you please tell me, is it list or not? Is it list or not?
Yes, sir.
This is list.
List.
So what should be the type of this? It should display list class now. Type of this data should be list. But what it will do, because of we are taking this list using which function? Input function. So whatever you are taking with the help of input function, all the input will considered as string. So whatever data is coming here inside the data, that data will considered as string. So if you will run it, okay, we are already running it. Okay, so for example 10 comma 20 comma 30. So this is what? List. But when I press enter, it will display what? Str. Is it string data? No, it is not a string data. It is a list data. It should display what? List. But it is displaying what? str. Why it is displaying str? The key point here is whatever input you are taking using input function, it will take, it will, it will return, it will store data as what? String inside the data. Okay, whatever data you are giving, it will stored as a string. Okay, so what eval function do? Evaluates a Python expression as a string. So see, this data is what? This data is nothing but whatever data is coming through this input function, that is what? String. So it will evaluate the string. If you will write here eval, so whatever string will come from the input function. Now in this example, string is what? List. This list is nothing but string because we are taking through the input function. After taking the list as a string, it will eval function will evaluate the string list and convert it into what? Its original form. Okay, so if I will run here now, so here I am taking what? List 10, 20 and 30. So this will say list. Okay, next time if I am saying like 10.5, so 10.5 we are taking through what? Taking through input function, so it should considered as a string, not a float. But because of we are using here eval function, so eval function will convert this string into what? Original form. So it will be converted into float later. So it will display what? Float. Are you understanding this concept, or do you have confusion?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Understood?
yes, sir.
Okay, good. So what is the correct answer of this question?
Evaluate a
Evaluate
Python expression as a string.
as a string.
Okay, so it evaluates Python expression as a string.
As a
That is
string.
the correct. Okay. Which of the following statement correctly use a format string? Which one is correct?
Red, red.
Red one. What's the problem in blue?
It does not have a
Yes, sir.
format.
Okay, it is not starting with F symbol. And here it is also not
Yes.
starting with F symbol. No matter whatever written inside the string, it doesn't matter, but it should start with F. What about here?
It does not have curly braces. Open.
See, here curly
Having
braces.
curly braces,
No,
it
starting with the
starting it is there, sir.
double call,
It is
double
not it
quotes.
is not starting with F symbol. So that's the problem. It doesn't matter whatever you are writing inside the string, it doesn't matter, but your string start with F. It is not starting with F, but here it is starting with F symbol. So that is absolutely correct, right? Okay. What happens if you pass eval input and enter the value like 2 plus 3? What will happen?
It evaluates the expression as 5, sir.
Okay.
Returns 5.
It will evaluate the expression as 5. So that is the correct answer. And return it what? 5. Alright, so you got 10 out of 10. Congratulations. Okay, next. Okay, let's continue from here. Okay, as we discussed about data types in Python,
Yes, sir.
right? We discussed about data types in Python. So let's see. So we have seen here in last class, we have not last class, in last to last class, we have seen this data types in Python. We discussed about Python data types divided broadly into two categories. One is scalar data types. Second one is what? Collection data type, right? Scalar data type which holds the single values, and collection data type which holds multiple values. So this is the example of scalar data type: integer, float, complex, boolean, and null type. These are what? Scalar data type. And collection data types. Collection data types further divided into three categories. One is sequence, second one is set, and the third one is mapping. Okay, so inside the sequence we have list, tuple, range, str, bytes, and bytes array. Inside the set we have set, frozen set, and inside the mapping we have dictionary. So these are what? Data types. If I ask you how many total data types present in Python, so what will be your answer?
14, sir.
So there are
14.
14 standard data types are available in Python. How many data types are there in Python? So in Python there are 14 data types are there. Okay, so we have discussed about the data types. Okay, collection types are called container. Collection types allow to group individual objects and represent as one object. Collection types are called iterable. Okay, collection types are known as iterable. I will tell you what's the mean of iterable and all. Okay, iterable object implements iteration protocol. Okay, there are some iteration protocols, so whatever iterable will be there, it will implement the iteration protocol. What is the mean of iterable? Iterations means, for example, when we are writing loop, so inside the loop, when it is executing one time, so this is known as one.
Repeating the code, sir.
Sorry,
Repeating the code, I think.
we can say like that. Okay, so iterable objects implement iteration protocols. Okay, and collections are used to store more than one values or object. Okay, so every collection uses a data structure for organizing data. Okay, what is the mean of this theory? We will see. Okay, for example, we have in sequence we have one collection. Okay, sequence are ordered collection where objects are organized in sequential order or insertion order is preserved. Okay, so properties of sequence is what? Index based. Okay, allow duplicates, slicing is available, and homogeneous and heterogeneous. This is a property of what? Sequence. And what are the sequence are there? So these are the sequence. List is a sequence, tuple is a sequence, range is a sequence, string is a sequence, bytes is a sequence, and byte array is a sequence. But list is what? Mutable. Mutable means changes are allowed. Changes are allowed. Immutable means tuple is immutable, range is immutable, string is immutable, bytes is immutable. So these are four data types where you cannot do any changes. Once it has created, it will not change the original object. Okay, bytes array is mutable. Means we can perform changes. Okay, so you should know, you should understand, or you should remember what is mutable, what are the data types are mutable and immutable. Next is what? List data type or collection. Can we say list is a sequence data type?
Yes, sir.
Can we say list is a collection data type? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we say list is a homogeneous?
Yes.
Can we say list is a heterogeneous?
No, sir.
Yes, we can say. In list in Python, list can be homogeneous, list can be heterogeneous. I will tell you by code also. Okay, as we have seen on this slide. Okay, a list. Okay, whatever sequences are there, sequences can be homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, properties of sequence are what? It will be index based. Means whatever sequence we will create, we will access them by index. Allow duplicates. You can keep duplicates also. You can also follow the slicing. We will see. Okay, so list is what? Mutable sequence data type. Mutable means changes are allowed. Modification is allowed after creation. Lists are mutable sequence typically used for store collection of homogeneous items. Okay, so let me tell you now. Okay, okay, so list is a sequence data type. Okay, and list is what? List is slice based. Okay, and list is index based also. Okay, how to create list? How to create list? We can create list using what? Using square bracket. I mean using this square bracket or list function. We can use list function in order to create the list. Okay, these are the basic two things we can create the list. So for example, I'm creating here L1. Okay, and if I'm writing here this curly I mean square bracket, so this is what? Empty list. Okay, so if I will print here type of L1. So what will be the type of L1? It will be, okay, it will be what? List. Okay, and if I will print the items, if I will print the items of the list, so if I will print L1, so what it will display? It will display nothing, only empty square bracket. What it is showing? Empty square bracket. Suppose I want to add the data inside the list. Okay, one way is what? I can write like this: 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay, so I have added some elements inside what list, so it will display like that. Okay, so it is coming, it is displaying, right? Can I write here can I write here ABC? Okay, can I write here true false boolean values? Can I write here 2 plus 4j? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these many values I can write here. So if you will display here now, so what will happen? So it is displaying all the values. Okay, it is displaying all the values, right? Now the question is, print only ABC. How we will print only ABC? We will follow the index. We will follow what? Indexing, because list is what? Index based. So what is the index of 0? Index of 0 is what? Index of 10 is 0, index of 20 is 1, then 2. Okay, the index of this is 3, index of this is 4, 5, and this complex numbers index is what? 6. I want to print only ABC. So how can I access ABC? So if you want to access ABC, so you should know the list name. What's the list name? L1. So just keep here L1. After that, add here square bracket. Why? Because this is what? List. Okay, and inside the square bracket, just mention the index index of that value. So we have to print ABC. So ABC having which index? Third index. So can I keep here? Can I write here 3? So what it will print? Will it print? Yeah. Will it print
ABC.
ABC? Yes, it will print what? ABC. So it is printing what? ABC here, right? Okay. Can I if I want to print here like this, okay, I want to check the data type of this last value. Okay, I want to check the data type of this, the last value. How can I check the data type of this? I want to check the data type of this. Can you please tell me how we can check the data type of this? Data type of this? Anyone?
The type of
Can you
L1.
please tell me the complete syntax? Complete syntax type of
Type of L1.
L1. Then that's it.
Yes, sir.
But I have to check the type of this last value. So last value, what's the type
I
of last
runs.
value? The last value type should be complex because this is what complex value. What it is showing? It is showing list. Is it correct or incorrect? Incorrect, no?
Yes, sir.
So what we have to do? What will be the correct one? Anyone? So can we access this value with the help of index or not? Can we write here a square bracket? Can we write here 6 index? So what it will print? It will access this value only. So now what it is saying? Complex. Okay. So I want to check the fifth element, the element which having fifth index. I want to check the type of data type of that element. So how can I check? So I will write
So
type, and inside the type parenthesis I will write L1. L1 is what? My list name, and I will write here index name. So I want to check the data type of this value, so I will write the index. So what is the index? Fifth. So what
5.
what is the type of this? Boolean. Okay, like that
Boolean.
we can access
Bull.
the list element with the help of indexes. Okay, can anyone read this? Anyone?
Can I read?
Yes, please.
List is a linear data structure which is mutable and ordered sequence of element items. Each value object in list is called element or item. Continue.
Yes, please.
In application development, list is used to represent group of individual objects where duplicates are allowed and reading writing is done sequential and random. List is name of class or data type represent list object.
Okay, very nice. So what is the mean of this? Whatever we are writing inside the list, whatever data we are writing in the list, this is known as elements of the list. Okay, and if you will check the type of L1, so it belongs to the list class. Okay, list class. So we can say L1 is the object of list class, right? And each element of the list we can access with the help of index. Okay, so this what we can say, list is what? Index base. How to create the list? So there are different ways to create the list using pair of empty square brackets we can use. Okay, and we can use square brackets with data in order to create the list. This is also list, this is also list, using list comprehension. So this syntax also we can create, this syntax also we can follow in order to create the list. Okay, suppose okay, print a list of even numbers. Okay, print a list of even numbers. So what you will do, you will create one list here. Okay, and here you will write some even numbers like 2, 4, 6, then 8, 10, and 12, and 14, like that. So these are what? Even numbers. So this is how you will create even numbers list, and you will display here. Okay, we can mention one message also using fstring. Okay, data. So this list containing what? Even data. Is it containing even data or not? Yes, it is containing. Okay, so this is how we are printing. Suppose if I am saying just write even numbers up to 100. So what you will do? Will you write something like that? 16, then 18, 16 comma 18, and then
No,
what,
sir.
20. So it will be time consuming.
No,
So here what we will do, here we will use here we will use what, list comprehension. Okay, here we will use list comprehension. Okay, so how we can use list comprehension? So instead of writing like this, we will write here x, okay, for I in range. Okay, I will tell you what is the mean of this. So I have to take even number from 2, and we have to take up to 100. So I'm writing here 101 because I have to take up to 100. See, so in the range function, when you write the second argument, so if you're writing here like 4, if you're writing here what, 4, so how many sequence it will generate? 1 2 3. It will not generate the last number. Okay, so here that's why I'm writing here
Yes, sir.
101, so that it can execute up to 100. Okay, and I want to generate list of even numbers. So what I will do after that I will write if condition I, okay, okay, uh, here also we can take I only. I modulus 2 is equals to 0. Okay, so I think it will generate a list of even numbers. Okay, so it is generating what, list of even number. Okay, so this syntax is little complex because I haven't teach you for loop, I didn't teach you in operator, I didn't teach you range function yet, and I didn't teach you if. So that's why it will be little tricky for you. But if you're not understanding this syntax, that is completely okay. I just want to tell you, we can use list comprehension in this way in order to generate sequence of list. Okay, so we can generate list with the help of which function, with the help of list comprehension. And the third one is, we can use which function, list function. Okay, so we can use list function. So for example, uh, okay, so I have to create list of abcd. Okay, I have to create list of abcd. So how can I create? I will write here a, then b, okay, then c. I have to complete till z. Will it be okay? It will be a little problematic because each time I'm writing single quote, then comma, and like that I'm writing. So instead of this, what I will do, I will create one s.
It's also take a more time, sir.
Yes, yes. So I will create what, a variable called abc. Okay, I'm creating abc variable, and inside the abc variable I will write a b c d e f g h i j k l m o p q r s t u v w x y z. Okay, it may be incorrect. Okay, so but just an idea I'm showing this. So what we can do here, I can create the list l1, and what we can do, is it a list, is it a list? What is the data type of this abc?
no,
This is what type?
string.
This is what, it belongs to which class? It
String.
belongs to str class, string class. Okay, so
True.
we have to write in list, na? We don't need to write
Yes, sir.
in what, string, because my question requirement is what, print a list of, okay, a print list of a b c d. Okay, like that. So we have to print list of. So what we will do, I will use here list function, and here I will write abc. So this list function will convert this string into what, list. Okay, and here I will print what, here I will print l1. So you can see here in output. So can you see list of abcd is coming now automatically?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope you understood this now. Okay, this is also the same thing. Okay, iterable is what? Creating list using list function. Okay, so for example, okay, see one more example I am showing you. For example, see, this is the interview question. In one of my interview, like one person asked me this question. I have 1 comma 1 comma 1. Okay, 2 3 5 6 comma 6 7 comma 8 comma 8. Okay, so what he asked me, can you please tell me, how we can remove the duplicates elements from the list. So do you have any idea how we can remove the duplicates element from the list? So you will not have any idea. Okay, so do you know about set? Do you know about set? So in mathematics we have already written
Yes,
set.
sir.
Duplicate doesn't allow in set. Okay, duplicates are not allowed in set. So what I did here, I converted this. Okay, I have created one more variable as2, and this s1 list I have converted into what? Set. So I have written here set function. Set function is used to create set. Okay, and it takes iterable. So I have converted this s1 into what? Set. So I have converted it and I have printed it. Okay, s2. So all the elements are removed. Okay, all the duplicates elements are removed. But he asked me what he asked. He said to me, can you please print the type of s2? Can you please print the type of s2? So I printed the type of s2 by using this type function. So when I printed the type of s2, he is saying what? This is what list, this is what set. And what I said, can you please remove the duplicates elements from the list? But you are removing the elements, but you are removing from the set. But I want in input, I want what? I want list. So what I did, I converted here. This is what? This is the list. I converted list into set. Why? Because so that it can remove all the duplicates elements. Okay, so s2 is what? Set. So what I will do, what I did, after converting this, after removing the, okay, I'm writing here, removing, okay, removing duplicates using what? Using set. So after removing duplicates, I created one more variable which is s3. Okay, and s3 I have used here list object, list function, and inside the list function I have converted this set. s2 is what? Set. So I have converted s2 again into what? List, and I stored inside what?
Yes.
s3. Okay, so I printed here what? s3, and here or also I displayed what? s3. For learning purpose I am teaching you in the lengthy way, but it is just a line of code only. So see, so now my all the duplicates data has been removed, and the type of the data is what? List. Type of data is what? List. So now this is how we can remove the duplicates. Okay, so what I was saying here. Okay, so list is what? Takes iterable, and set is also take iterables. Okay, we are learning list concept. So for example, anything you want to convert into list, so you can use list function. For example, I have t1. T1 means tuple. So how to create tuple? Using parenthesis, 10 comma 20 comma 30. Okay, if I will print the t1, okay, and type of t1, so what it will print? It will print this values, and it will print type is what? Tuple. Type is what? Tuple, and it is printing tuple. So I don't want to print this tuple. I don't want to print as it is. I want to convert it into what? List. So what can I do here? I can use list function. Inside the list function I can write the tuple, and it will return me new list. Okay, so I can say L1 it will return. So here I can print L1, and here I can check the type of L1. So what is the type of L1 now? It will be list. Okay, so we converted tuple to list. This is what tuple, and we are converted tuple to list. So this function works like this. Okay, if you want to read the content of the list, so you can perform these operation. Index, using index you can read the list. Read the list means printing the fetching the elements, printing the elements of the list. Okay, slicing operation we can use for loop as well. Iterator also we can use, enumerator we can also use. Okay, can anyone tell me how we can access the list element using index? Access list element using index. Can anyone help me with this? So can I create list like this? 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. So I want to access 30. I want to print here what 30. How can I print 30? Anyone? From the list.
L1,
Using index symbol.
What should I
L1
write
3, sir.
inside the print?
L1, print
L1.
L1 2,
2.
sir.
That's it.
It's in brackets 2.
Okay,
In
in
square
brackets.
bracket.
Okay, in square brackets. Okay. Okay. So I'm not identifying the index. Can I write here in comment? 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 2 means what? 30. 2 index accessing what? 30 element. Okay, that is good. Okay, so it is printing 30. That is correct. Okay, now I want to print this these elements 1 to 30. Accessing the list element using slicing. Okay, I want this slice. Okay, this is what this three elements together I want to print. I don't want to print fourth element. Okay, so I need to print zeroth index, one index, and the second index element. So how can I print it? Okay, I want to print what? I want to print elements like 10, 20, and 30 from the list, from this list. So what we can do here, we will write here L1. Okay, inside the print we will write L1. Okay, and here we will write the position of the first element. So what is the position of first element? 0. Up to where you want to access? I want to access up to 30. So just keep here colon. Just keep here colon. Okay, starting point. Okay, so whenever we are accessing list using slicing, so we will write L1, and inside the square bracket we need to mention start point, okay, and stop point, and we will mention what? Step point. So start point I'm mentioning what? 0. Start point is what? 0, and we have to end it, we have to print up to 30. Okay, so we will write this index, third index. If you will write stop value is what? 3, so it will print 0th index element, 1 index element, and 2 index element. Because the stop value is 3, so it will not consider the third element, because the third element will be excluded. Okay, so 3 minus 1 it will print. So see, if I will execute, so what it is printing? It is printing 10, 20, and 30. Suppose I want to print, now you tell me I want to print 20 and 30 using slicing. How can I print?
1 in square bracket
1 colon 2.
Sorry. 1 colon.
One.
Colon 2.
Will it print 20 and 30?
Yes.
0 colon.
See, if you will write here 2,
Zero colon
if you will write here 2,
two.
We
have to print.
it will start printing with 20, and the last index is 2, so it will skip the last index. As in this L1 example, means in this example we write the stop index is what, 3, so it skipped the third element. So it printed up to what, 30, not 40 it is printed. So if you will write here 2, means it will print, it will take the start value, it will include the start value which is 20, but it will not include this. So if you want to include it, means we have to write here 3. 3 means
3.
print 20 and print 30, and don't print the third index element, don't print. Okay, it is the mean of it. So it is printing what, 20 and 30, right? Okay, I want to print 10 and 30. Okay, I want to print 10, 30, 50 and 70.
Print L1.
Okay, let me write the elements what I want to print. 10, 30, after that 50, 10, 30, 50 and 70. Yes. So how can I print? Can I write here L1?
Yeah.
Yes. What should be the starting point?
0 colon 0.
Zero colon
Colon.
two.
2 colon.
Let me write
Two colon
other indexes also. This one is what? 4.
five. 6.
6.
Zero colon
Yes.
and 2 colon 6.
0 colon.
0 colon.
2 colon.
Zero
After
colon 4 colon.
4 colon.
3 colon, sir. 3 colon.
3 colon. So let me tell you how it will print. We have to write starting value. Starting value is what, 0, and we have to include the last element also, as I said, in print 70 also. So first think about first and last element. Will you print first element or not? Yes or no? Will you print the last
Yes, sir.
element or not?
Yes.
Yes. If
Yes,
you will
sir.
print the last element, so you have to include the last. So here if you will write here 0, 0 means it will include this. But if you will write 6 as a stop value, if you will write 6 as a stop value, so it will not consider the sixth element, it will consider up to fifth element. So instead of writing 6 here, we will write here 7, but you will say seventh index is not there, so we don't need to print the seventh index value. We need to print less than seventh index value, which is 6. Sixth index value is 70, so it will include all the values. But do we want to print all the values, or we want to skip the values? We want to skip the value. So here we will add one more parameter, which is step. So we will say by default the step is what, 1. By default step is 1, but we will increase the step. Okay, so first it will print this 10, and after that it will skip 20 and it will print 30. Okay, then it will skip 40, it will print 50. Like that it will work. So see whether output is coming or not. So 10, 30, 50 and 70 it is coming. Okay, if I add here 1, if I add here colon 1, will it change the output? Will it change the output? If I will write here 1 as a step value, will it change the output? No, it will not change the output. Why? Because the default, if you are not writing step value, so PVM will give here default stop value is what, 1. Okay, here if you will not write the step value, so here what is the step value default? 1. But we don't need to keep here 1, we want to keep here 2, right? So that's why we are getting this output. Getting? How to access a list element using for loop. Okay, so how to access with for loop? Okay, let me just delete it. Okay, so accessing list element using for loop. Are you guys listening properly, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yes, sir.
understanding or not?
Yes,
Like
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
समझ आ रहा है ना? ऐसा तो नहीं हो रहा कि मतलब ऊपर से जा रहा है? I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
like you guys are feeling like I'm teaching many things without giving less much examples, isn't it? If you feel like that, you can stop me. Okay, you can give your suggestion as well. Okay, I'm open for the suggestions. Okay, so accessing list element using for loop. So how to access elements from the with the help of for loop? I'm creating one list here. Same element 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Okay, these elements I have created. So how to write the for loop? So whenever you will write the for loop, so you write for keywords. For is what? One keyword. Then after that you will write variable name. Okay. So variable name, you can keep any variable name. After that you write in. In is what? Membership operator. In is what? Membership operator. Basically, what is the use of in? Let me tell you the use of in. Okay. Suppose I am writing here A. Okay. A in Nabed. Okay. So A is present in this name or not? A is present inside this name or not?
Present.
It's present. So with the help of in, we can check whether this element is present, means left hand element is present into right hand elements or not. So it is present means it will give true, and not present means it will give false. For example, I'm writing here A is present in Python. So what it will give now?
False.
False.
It will give. Why it is giving error? Tell me why it is giving error. Anyone? See, this is what is string. And is it a string? Is it a string? This is
Not
not a string. So both should be the same. So here, if it is a string, so this side also be a string. So what it will give? False. Is it giving false? Let's come back to our discussion. So variable in, after that I will write L1. Okay. So what will happen? Whatever variable, whatever data is, okay, L1 is what? L1 is what? This list. L1 is what? List. So can I write here variable name is what? ELE. Can I write here variable name is what? ELE, because this is what user defined name. Okay. So what happening here? Let me just open Epic Pen. Okay. So this is what? This is our list. Why it is not coming? Okay. So this is our list L1. Okay. So each time this is what list, our list 10 comma 20 comma 30, like that. Okay, this is our list element. So each time this ELE will take its element from the list. Okay, and
we can't able to see, sir.
you are not able to see. What about Reshma? Is it visible to you, Reshma?
Not, sir. It is not visible.
Okay, I think there is an internet issue. Let me just.
Issue, sir, I think.
Yes, from my side there is an internet issue. Is it visible now? Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Yes or no? Okay, let me reshare.
No, sir. Now.
Let me reshare. What about now?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay. So see, each time ELE will take its data from this L1 list. And how many elements are there in this list? There are 5 elements are there in this list. So ELE will take 5 times its element from this L1 list. So if I will write here print ELE. Okay, so print ELE. So first it will print what? First it will print 10. Okay, because 10 will come from this list. 10 will come from this list and stored inside what? ELE, and it will print ELE. And next time it will take 20. Okay, and it will print here what? 20. And 30, 40 and 50. Like that it will print. Okay, so the default behavior of print is what? New line. So after printing 10, it will print 20 in new line. After printing 20, it will print 30 in new line. After printing 40, it will print 15 in new line. So it is printing like this, right? It is printing like this. If you want to change the behavior of this, how we can change the behavior? If I want to print it in the same line, so how we can print it in same line? What is the parameter we can use? Can we use here and with space? So is it printing in a single line? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Okay, so this is
Sir.
how we can print using what? Using the for loop. Okay, so in next class I will tell you how we can access the elements using iterator and enumerator, right? So like in this class we have done with in this class what we have learned, we have learned like about list. Okay, so list is what index based. Okay, can we say?
Mutable.
Okay, it is what? Mutable. Yes, very nice. Mutable. And index based
Slicing.
mutable, it allows slicing.
Slicer.
Okay, and what? It
For
allows
loop.
duplicates elements, right? And it allows homogeneous as well as heterogeneous. Okay, right? So these are the things we have discussed about list. Okay, so in next class we will discuss more, but before ending this session, just see the slides. Okay, so these are what? Index. We can access the elements of the list in reverse order as well, with the help of negative indexes. Okay, so we can access list element in negative with the help of negative index as well. Okay, index value are two types, positive and negative. Okay, so we will discuss in next class, right? So thank you everyone for joining the class. Do you have any doubt, Reshma, Mamta? Any doubt?
No, sir.
All right, thank you for giving your valuable time. Good night everyone.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Good night.